Hey everyone, since this week is World's Breastfeeding Week, I thought I would do a breastfeeding update with my daughter. So basically she started, she really couldn't latch on in the NICU, and I kept asking the lactation consultant if she felt like she would be able to really latch on and be able to breastfeed by the time she's full term. And she was like, oh yeah, I have no doubt about that at all. So and then one day, she was 22 days old, I believe. I think it was the 13th or the 14th of June, one or the other. And it was the 14th. And I just picked her up and I tried real quick because she was crying, and Daniel was fixing her a bottle real quick. And she just latched on like a pro. It was like, okay, where did that come from? Sorry for the big googly eyes. And so ever since then, she's really just been doing great on that. And I really wasn't actually breastfeeding her until the beginning of June. And let's see, she was getting bottle fed, and I was pumping like every 3 hours, but I was having a really hard time getting up in the middle of the night to pump. And I think it was just with me pumping and everything and breastfeeding, it was really taking away a lot of my energy, and it still is. It really still is. And so it was just very, very exhausting and overwhelming to get up and pump and stuff. And then I started feeding her in the middle of the night, and she was doing very well at that, and it was giving her enough for her to just fall right back to sleep. The reason I really wasn't doing it during the daytime is because it's like my supply was really low and stuff, especially while a week ago while I was on antibiotics for my tooth. It just was really low and stuff, and it wasn't enough to give her, and sometimes it still isn't. I'll be rocking her and feeding her, or I'll just sitting here and feeding her, and she'll fall asleep, but then my arms start to hurt, and if I try to move and go do something, I put her down, she wakes up and she starts crying again and wants more food, and it's like I've run out, so I have to give her formula. So it's that's the reason that we are on formula, is because it's just not enough for her sometimes. So, and if I'm just too exhausted and I'm way too busy or something, I do have a supply in the freezer. I have about 40 bottles in there, and I really haven't been pumping for about a week now, but that supply is supposed to be for when I go back to work. I'll be at work for 10 hours, so if my mother-in-law or Daniel are here, they want to give her two bottles of breast milk, then that'll work out for that and stuff. So, but it's only enough for, if they gave her 2 4-ounce bottles while I'm at work, then that would only be enough for about 10 days. So I am probably going to start pumping again, but I'm just not motivated to do that. But it's been pretty simple with breastfeeding her now, and sometimes it is enough for her, and she does sleep for about 4 hours. She's been asleep for an hour now, but she's in our bed, and she's been sleeping in our bed. Last night was the first night she actually slept in her crib, because I had to actually give her a bottle because I breastfed her and it wasn't enough. And I was rocking her in her room, so I just went ahead and put her in a crib to see if it worked out well. And it did. She slept for 4 hours in there until 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I brought her in with me and laid her down in the bed and stuff. So yeah, it seems to be enough when she's exhausted and she just wants a light snack, and she falls right back to sleep. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I would like to do it until she is at least 6 months. I mean, to do it for a year would be great. I don't know how well it's going to work out. I mean, because you never know. And so as long as I get to the 6 months, I think it'll be great. And she's already 2.5 months old, so. And I mean, with me being back at work and stuff, I don't know if it's gonna you know, it's going to cut me short and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to have time to really pump while I'm there. I'm going to try my best, but I'm going to be at work for 10 hours, and I'm a supervisor, so it's like I'm always very busy and stuff, and I know I need to take the time to go and pump and stuff, but it's going to be hard. I can already tell that it's going to be hard. So, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you ladies for watching, and have a great day. Oh, and happy World's Breastfeeding Week 2012.